When maiden love she mopes apart as owl mopes on a tree, although she keenly feels the smart, she cannot tell what ails her heart when it's sad on me. 'Tis but a foolish sigh on me, born but to droop and die on me. Yet with a sense of eloquence lies hidden beneath on me. Yet with a sense of eloquence lies hidden in a maid's on me. On me, on me. Yet all the sense of eloquence lies hidden in a maid's
Mistress Mill,
Oh, it's you, is it? Well, you may go away if you like, because I don't want you, you know.
haven't you anything to say to me?
Oh, yes. Are the birds all caged, the wild beasts all littered down, all the locks, chains, bolts, and bars in good order, the racks, pincers, and the thumb screws all ready for work? Ooh, you brute.
I didn't become a head jailer because I like head jailing. I didn't become an assistant tormentor because I like assistant tormenting. We can't all be sorcerers, you know.
Oh.
Ha! You brought that upon yourself.
Colonel Fairfax is not a sorcerer. He's a man of science and an alchemist.
Oh, well, whatever he is, he won't be one for long. He's to be beheaded today for dealings with the devil. His master nearly had him last night when fire broke out in the Beecham Tower.
Oh, how I wish he had escaped in the confusion. But take care. There's still time for a reply to his petition for mercy.
I'm content to chance that. This evening at 7:30.
Oh, you're a cruel monster to speak so unfeelingly of the death of a young and handsome soldier.
Young and handsome? How do you know he's young and handsome?
Because I've seen him every day for weeks past, taking his exercise on the Regent Tower.
Curse him!
There! I believe you're jealous of him now. Jealous of a man I've never spoken to. Jealous of a poor soul who's to die this evening.
I am. I'm jealous of everybody and everything. I'm jealous of the very words I speak to you, because they reach your ears, and I mustn't go near them.
Oh, how unjust you are. Jealous of the words you speak to me. Why, you know as well as I do, I don't even like them.
You used to like them.
I used to pretend I liked them. It was mere politeness to comparative strangers.
I don't believe you know what jealousy is. I don't believe you know how it eats into a man's heart and disorders his digestion and turns his interior into boiling lead. Oh, you're a heartless jade to trifle with the delicate organisation of the human interior.
Story of our glory, each uphold our days are not so faded, but that we with one consent would our loved land invaded, still a place of foreign foe, as in days of long ago, still a place of foreign foe, as in days of long ago, as in days of long ago, as in days of long ago. Still one face of foreign foe, as in days of long ago. Borders, borders, gallant white men, valiant swords, breathing, bearing, forward, staring, in their bygone days of daring. This day of long night, this day is a day. We of battle strive, we of war. This day of night, this day of day, this evening of a
A good day to you, Corporal.
A good day, Dame Carruthers. Busy today.
Busy, aye. The fire in the Beecham last night has given me work enough. A dozen poor prisoners. Richard Colfax, Sir Martin Byfleet, Colonel Fairfax, Warren the preacher poet, and half a score others, all packed into one small cell not 6 feet square. Poor Colonel Fairfax, who's to die today, is to be removed to number 14 in the cold harbour tower, that he may have his last hour alone with his confessor, and I'm to see to that.
Oh, poor gentleman. He'll die bravely. I fought under him 2 years since, and he valued his life as it were a feather.
He's the bravest, the handsomest, and the best young gentleman in England. He twice saved my father's life, and it's a cruel thing, a wicked thing, and a barbarous thing that so gallant a hero should lose his head, for it's the handsomest head in England.
For dealings with the devil. Aye, if all were beheaded who dealt with him, there'd be busy doings on Tower Green.
You know very well that Colonel Fairfax is a student of alchemy, nothing more and nothing less. But this wicked tower, like a cruel giant in a fairy tale, must be fed with blood. And that blood must be the best and bravest in England, or it's not good enough for the old blunderbore.
Silence, you silly girl! You know not what you say. I was born in the old keep, and I've grown grey in it, and please God I shall die and be buried in it. And there's not a stone in its walls that is not as dear to me as my own right hand.
And he's beaming
The screw may twist and the rag may turn, and men may bleed and men may burn. I London town and its golden horn, I keep my silent watch and ward.
The screw may twist and the rag may turn, and its men may bleed and men may burn. London town and its golden horn, I keep my silent watch and
Father, has no reprieve arrived for the poor gentleman?
No, my lass, but there's one hope yet. Your brother Leonard, who was a reward for his valour in saving his standard and cutting his way through 50 foes who would have hanged him, has been appointed a yeoman of the guard. He will arrive today, and as he comes straight from Windsor where the court is, it may be he will bring the expected reprieve with him.
Oh, that he may.
Amen to that. For the Colonel twice saved my life, and I'd give the rest of mine to save his. And won't you be glad to welcome your brave brother, with the fame of whose exploits all England is a-ringing?
Aye, truly, if he brings the reprieve.
And not otherwise.
Well, he's a brave fellow indeed, and I love brave men.
All brave men?
Most of them, I verily believe. But I do hope Leonard will not be too strict with me. They say he is the very dragon of virtue and circumspection. Now, my dear old father is kindness itself.
And leaves you pretty well to your own ways, eh? Well, I've no fears for you. You've a feather brain, but you're a good lass.
Yes, that's all very well. But if Leonard is going to tell me I may not do this, and I may not do that, and I must not talk to this one, or walk with that one, but go through the whole world with my lips pursed up, and my eyes cast down, like a poor nun who has renounced mankind, why, as I have not renounced mankind, and don't mean to renounce mankind, I won't have it. There.
Nay, he'll not check you more than is good for you, Phoebe. He's a brave fellow, the bravest among brave fellows. And yet it seems but yesterday that he robbed the lieutenant's orchard.
A laughing boy but yesterday, a merry urchin blithe and gay, whose joyous shout came ringing out, unchecked by care and sorrow, who there a warrior wholesome brown, whose deeds of Sullivan are renowned, and now the toes of London town are back tomorrow. Today a warrior, a veteran, One-eyed my Leonard's deed sublime, a soldier's boast means double time, and a great one's thrill, where brave ones will, and tales of martial glory. I born with flush of pride and joy, a pride unbitten by a lie. Oh, find my boy, my darling boy, the game of song and story. To find my darling boy, the game of a song and a story. To find my boy, my darling boy, the game of song and story.
and so is Phoebe.
Aye. You have brought Colonel Fairfax's reprieve?
Nay. I have here a dispatch for the lieutenant, but no reprieve for the colonel.
Poor gentleman! Poor gentleman!
Aye, I would I had brought better news. I'd give my right hand, nay, my body, my life to save his.
Do you speak in earnest, my lad?
Aye, father, I'm no braggart. Did he not save thy life?
Then
my
how-
mountain foster brother.
Then hearken to me. You have come to join the yeomen of the guard,
Well,
and none has seen you but ourselves.
and a sentry who took scant notice of me.
Now to prove your words, give me the dispatch, and get thee hence at once. Here is money, and I'll send thee more. Lie hidden for a space, and let no one know. I'll convey a suit of yeoman's uniform to the colonel's cell. He shall shave off his beard so that none shall know him, and I'll own him as my son, the brave Leonard Merrill. He will be welcomed without question by my brother yeoman, I'll warrant that. Now, how to get access to the colonel's cell? The key is with your sour-faced admirer, Wilfred Shadbolt.
I think, I can get anything I want from Wilfred. I think, mind, I say I think, you may leave that to me.
Then get thee hence at once, lad, and bless thee for this sacrifice.
And take my blessing too, dear, dear Len. Alas, I waver to and fro, dark danger hangs upon the deed.
Dark danger hangs upon the deed.
The scheme is rash and well may fail, but ours are not the hearts that quail, the hands that shrink, the cheeks that fail in hours of need.
No, ours are not the hearts that quail,
The hands that shrink,
the cheeks that pale, the hands that shrink, the cheeks that pale in hours of need. The earl I bid to him my own, my life is his, I count it not.
that life is his, so count it not.
And shall I make on risk I run when services are to be done to save the life of such a one? Unworthy thought, unworthy thought.
And shall we wreck and reach, we run to save the life of such a one.
Unworthy thought, unworthy thought. We may succeed, who can foretell? May help alone.
Nay, lass, be of good cheer, we may save him yet.
Oh, see, Father, they bring the poor gentleman from the beach and... Father, his hour is not yet come.
No, no, they lead him to the cold harbour tower to await his end in solitude. But softly, the lieutenant approaches. He should not see you weep.
Halt! Colonel Fairfax, my old friend, we meet but sadly.
Sir, I greet you with all goodwill in this happy little community. Death, when it comes, does so in conscious and businesslike fashion, and like a courtly gentleman, gives his advent, that one may not be taken unawares.
Sir, you bear this bravely, as a brave man should.
Why, sir, it is no light boon to die swiftly and surely at a given hour and in a given fashion. Truth to tell, I would gladly have my life, but if that may not be, I have the next best thing to it, which is death. Believe me, sir, my life is not so much amiss.
Oh, father, I cannot bear it.
My poor lass.
Nay, pretty one, why do you weep? Come, be comforted. Such a life as mine is not worth weeping for. Sergeant Merrill, is it not? May I greet my old friend? Why, man, what's all this? You and I have faced the grim old king 12 times, and never has his majesty come to me in such goodly fashion. Keep a stout heart, good fellow. We are soldiers, and we know how to die, you and I. Take my word for it. It is easier to die well than to live well. For in truth, I have tried both. Is life a boon? If so, it must befall, that death, whene'er he call, must call too soon. Though fourscore years he give, yet one would pray to live another moon. What kind of fate have I, who perish in July, who perish in July? I might have had to die, perchance in June. I might have had to die, perchance in June. Is life a thorn? Then count it not a whit. Nay, count it not a whit. Man is well done with it. Soon as he's born, he should all means essay to put the plague away. And I, poor captured fugitive, my life most gladly give. I might have had to live another morn. I might have had to live another morn. Now, Sir Richard, I have a boon to beg. I am in this strait for no better reason than because my kinsman, Sir Clarence Poltwhistle, one of the Secretaries of State, has charged me with sorcery in order that he may succeed in my estate, which devolves to him, provided I die unmarried.
As you will most surely do.
No, as I will most surely not do, by your worship's grace. I have a mind to thwart this good cousin of mine.
How?
Well, by marrying forthwith, to be sure.
But heaven have mercy. Who would you marry?
Oh, I am indifferent on that score. Coming death has made of me a true and chivalrous knight, who holds all womankind in such esteem that the oldest and the meanest, and the worst favoured of them is good enough for him. So, my good lieutenant, if you will serve a poor soldier who has but an hour to live, find me the first that comes. My confessor shall marry us, and her dower will be my dishonoured name, and 100 crowns to boot.
A strange request. I doubt that I should be warranted in granting it.
There never was a marriage fraught with so little evil to the contracting parties. In an hour she'll be a widow, and I, a bachelor again for aught I know.
Well, I'll see what can be done, for I hold thy kinsman in abhorrence for the scurvy trick he has played you.
1,000 thanks, good sir. We meet again on this spot in an hour or so. I shall be a bridegroom then, and your worship will wish me joy. Till then,
brave fellow. It is a pity that he should die. And now, how to find him a bride at such short notice? Oh well, the task should be easy.
Jump, jollify, give us all the quality. Come forth for his life. He can make it rapidly, he can run it rapidly. Each to it, we please run 2,000 feet. Give us an experiment, in the other merriment. Into it we go, off 2,000 come. Vanish your timidity, and with no rapidity. Give us room and quality, willy-nilly, oh. Women that can nullify, into it we throw. Who doesn't qualify, up who doesn't throw. Vanish your timidity, and with no rapidity. Give us room and quality, willy-nilly,
My masters, I pray you bear with us, and we will satisfy you, for we are merry folk who make all but merry as ourselves. For look you, there is humour in all things, and the truest philosophy is that which teaches us to find it and to make the most of it.
Hands off, I say, unmannerly fellow!
Did you hear her saying, hands off?
I heard her say it, and I failed her to do it. What then?
Well, don't you see the humour of that?
Nay, if I do, hang me.
You do not? Now observe, she said, hands off. Whose hands? Yours. Of whom? Of hers. Why? Because she is a woman. Now, had she not been a woman, yours hand had not been set upon her in the first place. So the reason for the laying on of hands is the reason for the taking off of hands. And herein is contradiction contradicted. It is the very marriage of pro with con, and no such lopsided union either as times go, for pro is not more unlike con than man is unlike woman. Yet men and women tarry every day, with none to say, oh, the pity of it. But I am fools like me. Now, wherewithal shall we please you? We can rhyme you couplets, triolets, quatrain, sonnet, rondelay, or ballade, what you will. Or we can dance you sarabande, rondelay, carol, pimpernel, or jumping toe.
Let us give them the singing fast of the merryman and his maid. There it is song and dance.
I have a song to sing, oh.
Sing me your song, oh.
It is sung to the moon by a lovelorn loon who fled from the mocking throng. Oh, it's the song of a merryman moping mum whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sit no sup and who crave no crumb as he sighed for the love of a lady. Lady, lady, misery me, lack-a-day-day. He sipped no sup and he craved no crumb as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing, oh.
What is your song?
It is sung with the ring of the songs made sing, for love with a love lifelong. Oh, it's the song of a merry maid, really proud. We loved her not, and who loved her not. The moan of the merryman moping mum, whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady. Lady, lady, miserly me, lack-a-day-day. He sipped no sup and he craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing, oh.
Sing me your song, oh.
It is sung to the knell of a churchyard bell and a doleful dirge ding-dong. Oh, it's the song of a popinjay bravely born, who turned up his noble nose with scorn at the humble merry maid really proud, who loved a lord but who laughed aloud at the moan of the merryman moping mum, whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb as he us back. This is going too far.
You don't see the humour yet. Yet there's humour in all things, even in this.
What is this, Potter?
Sir, we sang and danced for these folk, and they would have repaid us with gross courtesy, but for your honour's coming.
Away with you! Clear this rebel! And now, my girl, who are you and what do you here?
May it please you, sir, we are two strolling players, Jack Point, and I, Elsie Maynard, at your worship's service. We go from fair to fair, singing and dancing and playing brief interludes. And so, we make a poor living.
You too, eh? Are you man and wife?
Oh, no, sir. For although I am a fool, there is limits to my folly. Her mother, old Bridget Maynard, travels with us, for Elsie is a good girl. But the old woman is abed with fever, and we have come to collect some silver to buy an electuary for her.
Your mother is ill.
Sorely ill, sir.
And needs good food and many other things you cannot afford to buy.
Aye, sir, 'tis too true.
How would you like to earn 100 crowns?
100 crowns? They might save her life.
Then listen. A worthy but unhappy gentleman is to be beheaded this evening on this very spot. For sufficient reasons, he desires to marry before he dies, and he has asked me to find him a wife. Will you be that wife?
The wife of a man I have never seen.
Why, look, sir, I'm concerned in this, for although I'm not yet wedded to Elsie Maynard, but time works wonders. There's no knowing what may be in store. Have we your worship's word for it that this gentleman will die today?
Nothing is more certain, I grieve to say.
And that the maiden will be allowed to depart the very instant the ceremony is at an end?
The very instant, I pledge my honour that it shall be so.
100 crowns?
100 crowns.
For my part, I consent. It is for Elsie to speak.
I'll say you maiden, will you wed a man about to lose his head? For half an hour you'll be a wife, and then the dower is yours for life. Ah, headless bridegroom, I refuse. If true the poets tell, most bridegrooms ere they marry lose both head and heart as well.
A strange proposal you reveal, it almost makes my senses reel. Alas, I marry God indeed, and such a son I sorely need. My mother, sir, is like to die, this money life may bring. Bear this in mind, I pray, if I consent to do this thing.
Though as a general rule of life I don't allow my promised wife, my lovely bride that is to be, to marry anyone but me. Yet if the fee is promptly paid, and he in well-earned grave, within the eyes truly laid, objection I will waive. Yes, objection I will waive. Temptation or temptation were we agree intended to shun whatever station your fascination splendid, or forward ere we view you, head over heels into you, head over heels, head over heels, head over heels into you, head over heels, 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 temptation or temptation.
like some of my jests out of place.
I have a vacancy for such an one. Tell me, what are your qualifications for such a post?
Marry, sir, I have a pretty wit. I can rhyme you extempore, I can convulse you with quip and conundrum. I have the light of philosophies at my tongue's tip. I could be merry, wise, quaint, grim, sardonic, one by one or all at once. I have a pretty turn for anecdote.
I know all the jests, ancient and modern, past, present, and to come. I can riddle you from dawn of day to set of sun, and if that content you not, well, on to midnight and the small hours. Oh, sir, a pretty wit, I warrant you, a pretty, pretty wit. I drive and joke, and whip and crank, for lowly folk, and men of rank. I ply my craft, and know no fear, but aim my shaft at prince or peer, at peer or prince, at prince or peer. I aim my shaft, and know no fear. I've wisdom from the east and from the west, that's subject to no academic rule. We find it in the jeering of a jest, or distilled with the folly of a fool. I can teach you with a quick and violent mind, I can trick you into learning with a laugh. Oh, in all my folly, 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 and you'll find a grain or two of truth among the chaff. Oh, in all my folly, 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 and you'll find a grain or two of truth among the chaff. I can set a ragged quailing with a quip, the upset I can wither with a whim. He may wear a merry laugh upon his lip, but his laughter has an echo which is grim. When they're offered in the world in merry guise, unpleasant truths are swallowed with a will. For he who make his fellow creatures wise should always kill the philosophic pill. For he who make his fellow creatures wise should always gild the philosophic pill.
And how came you to leave your last employ?
Why, sir, it was in this wise. My lord was the Archbishop of Canterbury, and it was considered that one of my jokes was unsuited to his grace's family circle. In truth, I ventured to ask a poor riddle, sir, wherein lay the difference between his grace and poor Jack Point? His grace was pleased to give it up, sir, and thereupon I said that whereas his grace was paid £10,000 a year for being good, poor Jack Point was good for nothing. It was but a harmless jest, but it offended his grace, who whipped me and sent me to the stocks for a scurril rogue. And so we parted. I had as lief not take post again with the dignified clergy.
But I trust you are careful not to give offence. I have daughters.
Sir, my jests are most carefully selected, and anything objectionable is expunged. If your honour pleases, I will try them out on your honour's chaplain.
Can you give me an example? Let us say that I sat myself down hurriedly on something sharp.
Sir, I should say you had sat down on the spur of the moment.
I see. I think that manner of thing would be somewhat irritating.
Oh, at first, sir, but use is everything, and you would come in time to like it.
We shall suppose that I caught you kissing the kitchen wench under my very nose.
Under her nose, my good sir, not under yours. That is where I would kiss her. Do you take me? Oh, a pretty wit, a pretty, pretty wit.
The maiden comes. Follow me, friend, and we will discuss this at length in my library.
I am your worship's servant. That is to say, I hope as soon shall be. But before proceeding to a more serious topic, can you tell me, sir, why a cook's brain pan is like an overwound clock?
A truce to this fooling! Follow me!
Just my luck. My best conundrum wasted.
Tis done, I am
scarcely to be closeted alone with a strange singing girl. I was fain to espied them, but they stopped up the keyhole. My keyhole!
Wilfred, and alone.
Now what could he have wanted with her? That's what puzzles me.
Now to get the keys from him. Wilfred, has no reprieve arrived?
None. Your adored Fairfax is to die.
You know I have nothing but pity for the poor condemned gentleman.
I know that he who is about to die is more to you than I, who am alive and well.
Why, that's unreasonable, dear Wilfred. Don't they say that a live ass is better than a dead lion? No, I didn't mean that.
They say that, do they?
It's unpardonably rude of them, but I believe they put it in that way. Not that it applies to you, who are clever beyond all telling.
Oh, yes, as an assistant tormentor.
No! As a wit, as a humorist, as a most philosophic commentator on the vanity of human resolution.
Truly, I have seen great resolution give way under my persuasive methods. In the nice regulation of a thumbscrew. In the 100th part of a single revolution lies all the difference between stony reticence and a torrent of impulsive unbosom that the pen can scarcely follow. I'm a mad wag.
You are a most light-hearted and delightful companion, Master Wilfred. Your anecdotes of the torture chamber are the prettiest hearing.
I'm a pleasant fellow when I choose. I believe I'm the merriest Dr. Barks. We might be passing happy together.
Perhaps. I do not know.
For you would make a most tender and loving wife.
I, to one whom I really loved, for there's a wealth of love within this little heart, saving up for. I wonder whom. Now, of all the world of men, I wonder whom. And to think that he who I am to wed is alive and somewhere, perhaps far away, perhaps close at hand. And I know him not. Seems I'm wasting time in not knowing him.
Oh, they say that it is I, and they suppose it for the nonce. Say that we are wed. Suppose it only. Say that you are my very bride, and are your cheery, joyous, bright, frolicsome husband. And that the day's work being done, and the prisoners stored away for the night, you and I are alone together with a long evening before us.
It is a pretty picture, but I scarcely know to come so unexpectedly. And yet, were I your bride?
I? Were you my bride?
Oh, how I would love you. Were I thy bride, then all the world beside were not too wide to hold thy wealth of love. Were I thy bride, upon thy breast my loving head would rest as on her nest the tender turtle dove. Were I thy bride,
I should be no mean judge of wooing, seeing that I've been more hotly wooed than most men. I've been wooed by maid, widow, and wife. I've been wooed boldly, timidly, tearfully, shyly, by direct assault, by suggestion, by implication, by inference, and by innuendo. But this wooing is not of the common order. Here's the wooing of one who must needs woo me, if she die for it.
The deed is so far safely accomplished. The sly boots, how she wheedled him. What a helpless ninny is a lovesick man. He is but a lute in a woman's hand. She plays upon him whatever tune she will. But the colonel comes. I faith he's just in time for the yeoman parade here for his execution in 2 minutes.
My good and kind friend, you run a grave risk for me.
Tut, sir, no risk. I warrant none here will recognize you. You make a brave yeoman, sir. So, this ruff is too high. Now here is your helmet, sir, and carry it thus. The yeoman come. Now remember, you are my brave son, Leonard Merrill.
If I may not bear my own name, there is none other I would bear so readily.
Put a bold face on it, sir, for they come.
Exaggerated. 'Tis ever thus, wherever valor true is found, true modesty will there abound.
Didst thou not to Leonard Merrill stand lost in last campaign? Rescue it at deadly peril, bear it safely back again.
Leonard Merrill at his peril, bore it safely back again.
Didst thou not when prisoner taken, and depart from all escape, faced with gallant heart unshaken, dead in most appalling shame?
Leonard Merrill faced his peril, dead in most appalling shame.
Truly I was to be pitied, having but an hour to live, I reluctantly submitted. I had no alternative. All the tales that are narrated of my deeds of daring do have been much exaggerated, very much exaggerated. Scarce a word of them is true, scarce a word of them is true.
You were brought to execution like a demigod of yore, with heroic resolution, snatched the sword and killed the score.
Let it arrow, snatched the sword and killed the score.
When escaping from the foe and bolstered with the blood you shed, you defiant, fearing no man, saved your honor and your head.
Let an arrow, saved his honor and his head.
Through my course with judgment shaping, favored to my lucky star, I succeeded in escaping prison bolt and prison bar. All the tales that are narrated of my deeds of daring do have been much exaggerated, very much exaggerated. Scarce a word of them is true, scarce a word of them is true.
They are not exaggerated, not at all exaggerated, could not be exaggerated. Scarce a word of them is
Leonard!
I beg your pardon.
Don't you know me? I'm little Phoebe.
Phoebe, is this Phoebe? What? Little Phoebe? Who the deuce may she be? It can't be Phoebe, surely.
Yes, 'tis Phoebe, your sister Phoebe, your own little sister.
why he speaks the truth. 'Tis Phoebe.
Sister Phoebe.
Oh, my brother.
Why, how you've grown. I did not recognize you.
So many years. Oh, my brother.
Oh, my sister.
Oh, brother.
Oh, sister.
I hug him, girl. There are three thou mayst hug, thy father and thy brother and myself.
Thyself, forsooth, and who art thou thyself?
Good sir, we are betrothed.
For more or less, but rather less than more.
To thy fond care I do commend thy sister. Be to her an ever-watchful guardian, eagle-eyed, and when she feels, as sometimes she does feel, disposed to indiscriminate caress, be thou at hand to take those favours from her.
Be thou at hand to take those favours from her.
Yes, yes, be thou at hand to take those favours from me.
To thy fraternal care, thy sister I commend. From every lurking snare, thy lovely charge defend. And to achieve this end, O grant I pray this boon, oh, grant this boon. She shall not quit thy sight from morn to afternoon, from afternoon to night, from 7 o'clock to 2, from 2 to eventide, from twilight to 11 at night, from twilight to 11 at night. She shall not quit thy sight. From morn to afternoon, from afternoon to 11 at night, she shall not quit thy sight.
So in your whole life grown, so in my son as well, that if I'm left alone, the consequences fell, no mortal can foretell. So grant, I pray this boon, oh, grant this boon. I shall not quit thy side, from morn to afternoon, from afternoon to night, from 7 o'clock to 2, from 2 to eventide, from twilight to left and night, from twilight to left and night. I shall not quit thy side.
With brotherly readiness for my fair sister's sake, at once I answer yes, that task I undertake. My word I never break, I freely grant that boon, and I'll repeat my plight from morn to afternoon, from afternoon to night, from 7 o'clock to 2, from 2 to evening near, from dim twilight to 11 at night, from dim twilight to 11 at night, my comfort I will see.
As this one for the prisoner, we sought his selling duty, but the double ratings opened one a prisoner, and all we found. We hunted high, we hunted low, we hunted here, we hunted there. The man we sought with anxious care had vanished into empty air. The man we sought with anxious care had vanished into empty air. As this one for the prisoner, we sought his selling duty, but the double ratings opened one a prisoner, and all we found. We hunted high, we hunted low, we hunted here, we hunted there. The man we sought with anxious care had vanished into empty air. The man we sought with anxious care had vanished into empty air.
Astounding news, the prisoner fled. Thy life shall forfeit thee instead.
My lord, I did not set him free. I hate the man, my rivalry. The prisoner gone, I'm on again.
Thy life shall forfeit thee instead.
Upon the Macintosh my lord, I did not set him free.
Indeed, I can't imagine who. I know I did at all have you.
Mrs. Kate, no traces lurk. Enchantment must have been at work.
What am I to have? Oh, Miss Indeed, I can't imagine who. I know I did. It's free.
Oh, it's you. Your angry sing. Oh, woe is me. I rather think. Oh, woe is me. I rather think. Yes, woe is me. I rather think. Whatever tide you are his bride, and I am left alone bereft. Woe is me. I rather think. Yes, woe is